Good morning, Facebook. Happy Tuesday. Deanna Falzone here with another Let's Connect conversation. Give everyone a few minutes to jump on here, but I'm really looking forward to this conversation. One thing that I'm very passionate about is continuing the conversation around mental health, more importantly, mental illness. And we have Christy Buck here with the Be Nice. And we're so excited to have you, Christy. And you guys are constantly doing work surrounding this in regards to adults, but especially teenagers, which I think are really getting hit hard right now. And I want to start just with that. We're approaching winter here, right? We're approaching the colder months, the holidays. And for a lot of people, young adults, teens included, children, that can really lead to a lot of stress and anxiety and depression that starts to surface. So talk a little bit about how this time of year, we've all heard about it, right? Seasonal depression, or, seasonal depression and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about how this time of year is a time that we really need to focus on having these conversations.
Sure. Right now, what we're going into is going to be similar to when we were at the throes of the pandemic. And that was when kids were home and isolating themselves. So if you look at wintertime, oftentimes we hibernate more often. We stay in our houses more often. So much of what was happening with kids' mental health during the past 18 months was turning and focusing on social media. So we probably could do a whole nother 30 minutes on social media, but that can be the thing that kids are going to be turning to during the coming months when you're spending more time at home, when you're spending more time by yourself, when you may not be wanting to go out of the house. In addition, seasonal affective disorder, which is it is an illness, being more aware that turning lights on in our house. Yes, we are shortage of vitamin D. Making sure that I put brighter light bulbs. People can definitely buy brighter light bulbs at stores where they are available, but those things we can get ready for because it is serious. We are losing part of our daylight, so that is. But my biggest concern with kids is that social isolation, again, coming around during the next 3-4 months.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit, I guess, of, how parents can get on top of that and how they can notice that. And I think it's important too, before we get into that, to talk about the difference between mental health and mental illness. So kind of explain that to people.
Sure. So mental health is something that we all, and that is how we're thinking, acting, and feeling. So it's real basic. And this is how we explain it to kindergartners also who have Be Nice implemented in their schools. So every day I am using my mental health. Every morning, what I'm doing in my morning is all my mental health, getting ready for work, eating breakfast, getting my kids off to school, going to school. Now, when it becomes a mental illness or something that maybe I should be more concerned with that I'm noticing in someone is when I'm noticing a change in someone's behavior that may be affecting them going to work or going to school, carrying out daily activities. This is their typical activities, and then engaging in satisfying relationships. So I'm measuring it by looking at that. So these are things that I can notice. Suddenly, my son, daughter, they don't want to go to school. Suddenly, they are more stomach aches, and they're telling me, I don't feel good. I don't want to go to school, which this is not typical of them. Mm-hmm. They're not doing their homework. They're not going to the activities they love. They're backing out of clubs and organizations that typically they want to be in. They're not connecting with their friends. They're isolating themselves. They're secretive. They're not engaging in the family dynamics, coming to the dinner table, whatever they typically do. So if I see these things going on for 2 weeks or longer, it means I need to invite myself to start a conversation to let the person know what I noticed. And this is where oftentimes we might be dismissing that as just a teenager, moody. Right. Well, if this is not typical of them, then it could be the start of a mental health disorder. Not to rush to hospitalization. We're talking, this is where those good conversations can start.
Mm-hmm. And kind of give parents and caregivers advice on how to start those conversations, right? Because especially with teenagers, sometimes saying too much or too little, I mean, it can automatically kind of put up that wall for them. So sometimes parents may think, well, it's better if I don't say anything and wait till they come to me. But in this case, especially when it comes to our mental health and mental illness, they may not even know that it's getting to that point until it's too late. So what's some advice that you have for parents to start having those conversations?
I love these conversations too. You start with the good and the right. And so that is notice the good, the right. This is N, so I can notice a difference. So that notice piece is I'm seeing the difference in my child's behavior. And what I do, I want to talk to them about this. So I'm going to go at it with the right and the good. Typically, after dinner, you always come and help me put the dishes in the dishwasher. What's going on? Over the past couple weeks, you've just like scooted right up to your room. I got to talk to you about this. I'm worried about you. So, right there, I've already talked about what's different in their typical behavior. You're usually doing this. Could be um, you're you're a great student.
Mm-hmm.
Your grades have always been B's or whatever, right? And suddenly you came home from school and I'm getting a report from a teacher. I'm worried about you. What's going on? Now I'm taking that and I'm therapeutically, I'm not even you don't have to be a social worker to have this interaction,
Right.
but you're bringing up to them what usually they're doing, the typical, right? And what has changed. That is bringing about the concern that I'm going to start a conversation. Um, you don't yell at me like that. What is going on right now? Why are you yelling at me like that? This is not like you. So, what's going on through this person's head now is that, wow, they have been noticing other things and they're noticing this. Could be the start of a conversation that says, I'm just having a bad day today. All right. And you know what? We all have bad days. And I'm going to have this conversation with you again because that's not typical of you. We got to talk about these things.
Right. And, I have little ones right now. You're 5 or 6, he just turned 6, and 2. But I can't imagine, and I say this oftentimes to parents who have older kids that use social media and stuff like that you mentioned earlier, that I can't imagine being a parent right now and having to deal with that aspect of it as well. And there was articles that just came out that pretty much said, the mental health of our children is a national emergency now. In your opinion, and the work that you do in schools across West Michigan and stuff like that, what do you think this is coming from? Social media, do you think that's the biggest thing?
It's one of the driving forces,
Yeah.
most definitely, for sure. And kids are spending much more time on social media. They're not even putting phones and devices down in the middle of the night. I mean, one of the biggest tips for parents would be bold and take away devices
Yeah.
during the night. I mean, your kids need sleep. That is one of the key ingredients to good mental health is getting enough sleep, eating, right? Exercising. So all those moments and times that they're on social media and with their devices, take time to practice these other things that are really good for your mental health. No phones today. Let's go for a walk. No phones after 6 o'clock. These are difficult times. I mean, I'm really fortunate to have kids that are my children in their 20s, over 23 now, and that I'm not past that stage either. I'm not saying that, but on
Right.
the other hand, it's become more of this crutch, this thing. It's my go-to piece. I'm going to look up things about mental health. Wow, I'm going to listen to this person on TikTok telling me what's good for my mental health. There are good apps out there for stress reduction, for exercising. Is that what my kid is connecting to on social media? Or is it these other outlets? TikTok. Yeah, Facebook is one of them, even though we think kids aren't on as much. They still utilize it.
Yeah.
Instagram, there's tons every day. So I have to be aware where my kid is getting their advice from, also for mental health.
Yeah. And we just had someone pop out in the comments and say that her daughter's having a big problem with her 15-year-old and this issue. And, even for adults, even I catch myself, after scrolling and I'm like, whoa, I just wasted all that time and I am not in a good headspace now because I consumed all of this, you know, this information and I just feel lost. And
Yep.
it's easy to do that, but you have to be aware of that and you have to start having those conversations and modeling it, for your own kids. If you're constantly on your phone all the time and, they see that that's okay as well. So what else would you say? I mean, when you've been in schools lately and stuff, and especially over the last 18 months, what other advice do you have for parents? What other things are you noticing that kids are talking about that they're struggling with? Just again, I want to have these conversations away from what we're reading necessarily on social media, but you guys are in the schools, you're talking to the kids, you're seeing firsthand what's happening.
Yeah. And, bottom line is most kids are resilient.
Yeah.
They are, but oftentimes we may have kids that are struggling, our own kids that typically my child has never struggled, and all of a sudden they've got anxiety.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, right, they're not wanting to go to school, not involving themselves in activities. So I think you nailed it a moment ago, and that is modeling the behavior. And then that is the E. I'm going to jump to the E, and that's empowerment. And when I empower myself, okay, I'm going to empower myself to be that mentor. I'm going to empower myself to put my phone down more often. I'm going to empower myself to exercise, sleep. Now I'm going to empower my child. All right. I'm going to include them in these increasing resiliency, understanding all these good things that I can do for my own mental health. Me too. All right. So at the same time, I'm helping myself, I'm going to help my child.
Right.
And this is where parenting gets tough because oftentimes it's a lot easier just to let your child figure it out on their own. And right now, it's a hard thing to figure it out on our own. And we're seeing this because, again, I'm going to repeat it, kids are turning to social media for answers. They're even turning to their own friends more often. And this is the best thing about it is it's the opportunity to get to know our kids all over again.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I was at the Michigan State football game the other day, and I sat next to a young lady, and she was crying. And I'm going, okay, what is going on here? How did this person end up sitting next to me? But I knew at that time, it was Deanna, it was like, wow, what a wow moment for me. So I leaned over and I asked her what's going on. And there we go. Here she is, a college student, drama going on at the football game, no room in a certain aisle. It was just chaotic, right? So she ended up just finding a seat in the crowd, and that happened to be next to me. So then for the next quarter, and I said, well, I noticed you crying, and I really, I'm a social worker, and I just had to ask if everything was all right and if I can do anything for you. So then we just engaged in a conversation. The best part of my conversation, Deanna, was we talked about the pandemic. We talked about her time at home from college when she had to go home. And she said it was the best time that I got to know my mom. I got to know my mom all over again. And I have the chills when I talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is our opportunity right now to be that person, that mentor, that is also that role model in my child's life right now. And showing them, you know what, I'm going to put my phone down and we're going to spend, half hour today together. We're going to do this. Some of the best things are, which I love, and you can practice these with your kid, is when they get home from school, asking them, tell me about what the best moment of your day was. And when they come home and say there was no good moment of my day, I'm going to have them work on it. I'm going to find just one moment. Just tell me one thing. And that is practicing optimism. So I'm looking optimistically at one good thing, but then on top of it all, practice gratitude and have them be thankful for that one moment that happened today that pulled me through maybe a tough time, maybe where somebody ignored me today, maybe at the football game where I felt like shunned by all my friends because there wasn't room in an aisle. But do that with your kids and do it for yourself too. So again, empowerment you and your child.
Mhm. And I want to ask you too, that gave me chills. Just hearing you say that, and it doesn't matter how old your kids are. I think, like you said, it's a good time for all of us as parents to pause and kind of re-examine and re-engage in a different way. Oftentimes when we talk about stuff like this and we have conversations, we get a lot of comments of, well, I don't know where to turn, right? It's expensive to find a therapist. Insurance doesn't cover it, so on and so forth. Or how do I start the process if it is to the point where we need to reach out for help? What kind of advice can you offer in that sense?
So right now, a lot of school districts are focusing on SEL and social emotional learning. And rather than be afraid of social emotional learning, embrace it with your schools right now. Because what they're working on is these skill sets that we're facing right now, coping skills, self-esteem, self-awareness, and I cannot begin to tell you how important those things are when it comes to mental health. Now, again, this is mental health, right?
Okay.
Now, when it becomes a mental illness where these behaviors have changed and I'm concerned about my child, I want to start at my school. Give a phone call to the counselors, reach out to the social workers, reach out to these social emotional learning staff members. School districts are upping this up big time. And let's utilize those resources because oftentimes they're not going to be the actual person that's going to be doing the treatment, but
Right.
they're going to be able to lead you to those resources that are out in the community. Um, Deanna, unfortunately, a lot of times when my child might need help, it depends on insurances.
Yeah.
So a good place to start also, if I feel my son, daughter needs some type of counseling because I'm so concerned about them, then I need to connect with my insurance provider to find out what is covered. Um, Oftentimes you don't even know what's covered.
Right.
Also, Deanna, employers offer EAP. That stands for Employee Assistance Programs. So under an Employee Assistance Programs, your child is often covered also. So you can start the conversation that way. And that's just a benefit that sometimes goes unutilized by someone who has a job where that is offered.
Right.
So I encourage people to access that. But again, there are things that I can put into place that are good for my kids' mental health that can switch it around. And that I'm going to repeat it. It's
Okay.
exercising, getting enough sleep, no alcohol or drugs. And then in addition, nutrition.
Mhm.
So making sure my kid has a balanced diet and that they're eating. And if those things are interrupted, that's maybe where I need to access some treatment. Also, some of our psychiatric facilities offer assessments. So here in Kent County, Forest View Hospital, Pine Rest, those are always really good. My physician,
Mhm.
they also will do a screening on kids. They oftentimes doctors now have social workers involved in their practices. But the more I can just get my child to understand that talking about this
Yeah.
is important. With Be Nice, I love it because it's in the schools and it's enmeshed in a culture where kids can understand recognizing these signs and symptoms in myself and in my friends, and then connecting them with resources that are within our buildings. So those are huge. And that is, you got to strengthen those connections. We've got to know where my kid can access help within their own school, right? Maybe they're experiencing a panic attack. Where would you go for that in your school? Let's have these conversations before it gets downstream. Let's be upstream. Who's your go-to person to my son or daughter? If you couldn't get a hold of me, who would you call? I want you to have these phone numbers. Now, another big thing that happened this year with the school year, Deanna, was all students in the state of Michigan on their student ID cards is the suicide prevention hotline.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was mandated by our state that they would have that on their ID. That's a good mandate that everybody's going to have a phone number that I can access right now if I was feeling like I wanted to take my life, or if I had a friend that just texted me and said this to me. So we can't be afraid of talking about
Yeah.
suicide.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, especially for that age group, is to just remind them that just because you put this out there, right, or just because you talk about it, um, it's actually better that you do that, and that's the start of the healing process, or to get help. And keeping that all inside is not the way to go. But oftentimes for kids that age, that's what they think, or they turn to social media, or they find different outlets. So it just goes back to what you said in strengthening those relationships of being a parent. So you guys also have a webinar coming up, and I want to give you a chance to talk about that as well.
Yeah, so we have a webinar coming up, and people can go to our website to sign up for this webinar. And so I love this. So the 5 components of self-care are, a few of them I already mentioned.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive a little deeper into those, and that would be living life with purpose, practicing gratitude. These simple things are just amazing for my self-care. Knowing who would I call if I had a situation that I did not, I couldn't find a solution to. Oftentimes people report when they're struggling the most with suicidal ideation, it's the inability to find a solution to an ongoing problem. And so who's my go-to person? So we're going to just go on and do a quick little presentation. We love these. We're doing these monthly. And this is one of my favorite, because these are tips that I can do every day, and tips that I can do every day for myself as a parent, as a wife, as a coworker, as an executive director. I got to take these serious myself.
Yeah, I love it. So November 9th, there you go, 6 to 7. That would be a great way too, right? Like if you're trying to find a way to start that conversation in your own home, have the family jump on and watch this together, just
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah. Is
And
there
that's
anything
what
else
I love about Be Nice, Deanna.
Yeah.
It's real simple. And
Right.
it's bigger than just being nice. Okay. It's got an action plan. And we will go over the action plan again. It's right behind me. It's notice, invite, challenge, and empower. I hear people saying be kind all the time. Yeah, that's a fact. Be kind. Be nice, be kind. It's, intermingled. But this is the action plan. Why you need to take seriously how we're treating individuals, why we need to be paying attention to our mental health.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you want to add? Just any last minute thoughts?
No, I love it. If anybody has any other questions, go on to our website and connect with us too. If you're there today listening and you want more information about Be Nice, people can get involved. Another self-care piece is volunteerism. Okay. You cannot believe how empowering that is, and what a positive effect it has on your mental health when you're giving back to others. And it has been proven that even kids that are acting out, when you get them involved and get them giving back to others, it creates endorphins. It makes you feel good. It's simply amazing. It's amazing for your brain chemistry, giving back.
Absolutely. Yeah. So check out their website. So many great resources there to get started. And as always, Christy, I appreciate you. I love these conversations and the work you guys are doing. So that's a great first step too. Just head to their website and see everything they have there to get started as well. So thank you. And you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.